Excuse me. Welcome to South Asia Maps. This is your presenter J. Reddy at South Asia Maps, which is an intellectual Kshatriya channel for educative purposes. Your presenter J. Reddy will bring you South Asian knowledge in the form of maps, icons and images and pictures for your easy articulation and appreciation of South Asian heritage. The only land still is not converted by Islamic, Christian and communist imperialisms which erased the ancient civilization. Most of the time I will cover South Asia once a while because we are living in the planet Earth. I will also take a slight detour for the intellectual entertainment of my audience and cover the topics which are little bit related, even though our main focus will be South Asia. Today's topic is I will talk about the difference between England, Great Britain, British Isles, Ireland, Northern Ireland, etc. If you are following me on social media channels such as ShareChat and you liked my presentations, the way I bring the holistic integrated information meticulously detailed for your intellectual pleasure, Mitrom and Bandhuvam and friends, I really appreciate you go to the YouTube, my YouTube channel South Asia Maps J. Reddy, and subscribe the channel and encourage it by sharing with your friends and family members. I already posted more than 90 plus videos during the last 4 months for your intellectual pleasure. All these presentations are meticulously made for you and maps are drawn and redrawn for your easy grasping and articulation. I have covered a variety of topics south of Karakoram and north of Kanyakumari in the South Asian region. I am showing you all the videos I have posted here, and please share those videos and let your friends and others know about them and they can benefit from that. Today the topic of discussion is what is the difference between England, Great Britain, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Island of Ireland and British Isles. After this presentation, you will get a very good clear clarity and you will be articulating this with your audience and friends very casually. That's the aim of today's presentation. Before we go into the presentation, this is the map of United Kingdom. We have Scotland here, the northern part, England here in the eastern part, and Wales here. This is called Island of Manx, a sort of crown colony protected area. This is the Island of Hebrides, part of this area kingdom, and you have Orkneys here and you have Shetland here. You have Hebrides, Faroe Islands here. This is an island, Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. You will get this, there is a overlapping, there is a confusion. These terms are used a little broadly, a little loosely, and here we will get you clearly what they are. there is an island here. Island means simply covered by water, right? And maybe let me go to that area. Yeah. This is an island called Ireland. Ireland is an island that is 85,000 square kilometers, 85k. To get the overall context, to remember Sri Lanka, that is 65k, 65,000 square kilometers. Tamil Nadu is double the size, 130, and Nepal and Bangladesh are 150,000 square kilometers. Ireland is an island, all the sides covered by the water, or all sides surrounded by the water. It has two political units. This is Northern Ireland. Belfast is the largest city. This is the southern portion, is an independent country called Republic of Ireland. So Ireland means an island. Northern Ireland is a country with Belfast as a capital. Southern part of this island is also another country called Republic of Ireland. Sometimes they will drop the republic, they simply called Ireland. That has so the entire island has 5 distinct regions called Ulster. Northern portion, that is under Britain control, is Ulster. Southern portion is called Munster. Western portion is called Connaught. Eastern portion is called Leinster. Leinster, Ulster, Munster and Connaught. In the eastern portion, that is opposite to Connaught, there is a big city called Dublin. That is a historic city and administrative center of Republic of Ireland. Sometimes people doesn't use the term republic, like Republic of China, we won't say it. That's simply China. Republic of India, we don't say it. That's India, that's it. Officially, in the correspondence dealing with other countries, those lingos are used, and the popular parlance, we don't use them. Ireland is an island that is surrounded all sides by water. It is two political units. I am using the term political units very broadly. Northern part is an independent country called Northern Ireland or Ulster. Ulsterization means a term that means dividing a country into parts. Southern portion is Catholic, northern portion is Protestant, so it's divided. Same as alterization. Ulsterization of India means partition of India into Pakistan and India, Kafiri land and Muslims land along the Red Cliff line, along the river Ravi or along the river Hooghly Bhagirathi, symbolically in the eastern side. This is 85,000 square kilometers, 85 TSQM. Among 85, 70 is Republic and 14 or 15 is Ulster, Northern Ireland. That is Belfast centric. Right? You got it. So this is little more than Sri Lanka. This is almost like Sri Lanka. This is like a one district in Andhra Pradesh. 15 TSQM, 1000 square kilometers. Right? So Ireland is an island. It has a southern portion, Republic of Ireland, with Munster, Connaught, it's Munster, Leinster and Connaught. And Northern Ireland is Ulster, that is the Belfast. The southern part is Dublin. Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Island of Ireland, so very clear, right? So United Kingdom has 4 countries. England, Wales, country England, country Wales, country Scotland, country Northern Ireland. All these countries are united under crown, that is a kingdom. Kingdom of United Kingdom. So united is a kingdom, United Kingdom. So United Kingdom, that is the one. In the United Kingdom, England is the main central region. You have the London, Birmingham, all those areas, Southampton here and so on. England is a country, part of UK, United Kingdom. United Kingdom has 4 countries. England is the most important part, most prominent part, economic core. It has 130 TSQM, 130,000 square kilometers. 130 means just the double the size of Sri Lanka, which was once its colony. So England is a country, one among the 4 countries of UK, that is the double the size of Sri Lanka. Scotland is also a country north of the England, and it has around about 5 million people. It is just over size of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is 765. Scotland is around about 78, right? 75 or 78 you can say. Little bigger than Sri Lanka, Scotland. Sri Lanka is our standard, right? 65. England is twice the size of Sri Lanka, 130. It is little bigger than Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is 65. You think you are retiring at 65 and you think you are Sri Lankan. Sinhal is Sri Lanka. Scotland is little more than Sri Lanka, that is 78. There is one more country west of Cambrian Mountains. There is a mountains called Cambrian Mountains. West of it is called a country called Wales. Cardiff, its capital. Wales is 20 TSQM. 20 is almost like Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh, almost. Or it's like exactly Israel, size of Israel, that is Wales. England, London, Scotland is Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen and all those areas, Inverness, northern part. Wales is a country, that is the western part, west of Cambrian Mountains. Now, we talked about England, we talked about Scotland, and we talked about Wales here. That is a Cardiff region, Wales. Then what is a United Kingdom? United Kingdom is these 4 countries together. Scotland in the north, England here, Wales here, NI, Northern Ireland here. That is United Kingdom. That is a union of 4 countries. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, NI. What is Great Britain? Remember, we talked about Ireland, right? Ireland is an island. All sides, Ireland is surrounded by water. Great Britain is also an island. Island means like Sri Lanka, all the sides surrounded by a ocean or water bodies. You have an English Channel here, you have a North Sea here, you have Irish Sea here, St. George Channel here, you have Atlantic Ocean here, and all those things, all side water. That is Great Britain is an island. Great Britain has most important countries are England, Scotland, Wales. This is 130, this is 78, this is 20. That is geographical area. 130, 78 Scotland, 20 Wales. This is a Great Britain. You see here 2 bigger islands, right? One is a Great Britain on the right hand side. Here another is an island on the left hand side, that is Ireland. Island called Ireland. So this is the island called Ireland. This is a bigger island called Great Britain. If these 2 islands are joined together are called British Isles. British Isles has many islands, but these are the most prominent ones, most well known. Other island is Manx, one more island is Hebrides here, and one more island is Orkneys here, and one more island is called Shetlands here. So these are all islands. There are also other smaller islands which are not that important. There are two big islands, that is GB and Ireland. Ireland and Great Britain, that is the British Isles. British Isles is a plural, right? There are group of islands or isles, they are called British Isles. That is about those things. Here I have given the populations as well as the areas. These are the areas. Remember, Sri Lanka is 65, we started, right? These are the areas in TSQM, 1000 square kilometers. 130 is England, that is twice the size of Sri Lanka. Little more than Sri Lanka is Scotland, that is 78. And a smaller country, Wales, is 20. That is 130, 78, 20 becomes 228. So the Great Britain, that itself is a bigger island, that is the three main countries, is 228. That is almost same as an island called Honshu. Japan has four main islands: Hokkaido, Honshu, Kyushu, Shikoku. And most important island where Tokyo is present is called Honshu. That is round about 225. Great Britain is an island, is also almost same size, 225. And there is one more island. This is the Republic, and this is the Northern Island. Again, remember, the Republic, that is Irish Republic, Republic of Ireland, is little more than Sri Lanka, but less than Scotland, because Sri Lanka is 65. This is 70, Scotland is 78, makes sense. And Northern Ireland, NI, is little less than Scotland. Sorry, Wales. Wales is 20, so this is 14. I have here, this is England, 130, 78 is Scotland, 20 is Wales, 14. The entire country, United Kingdom, is 242. That is almost size of United Province, Uttar Pradesh, after bifurcation of the mountainous regions of Kumaon, Garhwal, Tehri Garhwal, or so on, under Uttaranchal. That is Great United Kingdom. These are the British Islands. When you say British Islands, you just add the Irish Republic, that is 70, because already we have added Northern Ireland. So you add 70 to 342, that becomes 350. This is about the geographical area of this area. And of course, here England has nearly 55 million people. That is the economic core, the heartland, and administrative centers, is a financial core, and all those things. And Scotland is a 10% of mostly mountainous area, 5 million people. If you say this is 50, 10% is 5, that makes sense. The remaining two countries almost have the same 5 million people. 3 is Wales, 2 is NI, Northern Ireland. That is Belfast. So 5 here, 10, 55 here, 65. I put here a human being here. The population of United Kingdom of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, is round about 65 million. Almost 10% if you take it, 5 and 6 and almost 6 million is Irish Republic. So easy to remember. You remember population of 60, that is UK, 10% of is Irish Republic. And if you remember these areas, Sri Lanka, twice is England, almost the same is Southern Republic of Ireland, little more is Scotland, and of course Wales and Northern Ireland are smaller in size comparatively. That is in brief about that. And this gives essentially the same thing. Scotland is a country, England is a country, the Wales is a country, RI, Republic of Ireland is a country, NI, Northern Ireland is a country, and Wales here, United Kingdom is these four countries, and British Isles is these two islands plus other minor islands. The core region, economic center of this region is England, and other important region, northern side is the Scotland region. And that is the one. We go back here, and this is the same thing, and we are looking at. See, why we have brought this topic is England. The term in India is Angrezi. That is, English ruled the India, but English rule didn't rule it. English were part of England, that is one of the four countries. British ruled India. So the term sometimes English rule or British rule are all together used. There is a difference. The reason is it was the one of the largest empire, the most modern empire, and it was started dismembering itself after World War II. Economic collapse of United Kingdom, all those regions. That means every part of the continent there was a colony for British Empire. America itself was a 13 colonies one time in 1776 or so. It seceded. Then Canada was the colony and administered as a part of Commonwealth Republic. And Governor General of Canada is still appointed by the British Queen, of course, in consultation and recommendation from the Canadian Parliament, that is in North America. And North America also you have a country called British Honduras and other things, and we have in South America a country called British Guyana and Trinidad Tobago, and there are Bahamas and all those areas in the Western Hemisphere. And in the, of course, in the Africa, Britain ruled from Cape Town to Cairo. It's called Cape to Cairo. That is Union of South Africa. Cape Town, Orange Free State, and the Natal Province and all those regions, Orange Free State, Cape Town, Natal Province. And we have the Rhodesia or Botswana land, Botswana, then you go to Malawi and Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and this is Southern Sudan, Northern Sudan, Egypt. Once upon a time, all these areas were ruled directly, indirectly by Britain. That's called Cape to Cairo, the British rule. Of course, Nigeria, Ghana, Gold Coast, all those areas, and part of Palestine and Iraq also controlled by Britain. This is the four countries, and Cyprus is their colony, and of course they have Gibraltar in the Iberian Peninsula. Australia is like Canada, part of British Commonwealth, and excuse me, New Zealand here and Fiji here, parts of Papua New Guinea and Hong Kong and all those areas, India, Burma and Singapore, Malaysia. That means any part of the world, sun always was shining, because the entire planet is Earth, right? Some part is always lighted by the sun, some part is dark. That means sun never sets on British Empire. That is the popular adage people used to say. I am showing you the globe here. This is the, now the sunlight is in the northern hemisphere, in the northern hemisphere, that is United States, here Florida. Still there is some sunlight here, you can see in this point, and the sun is still, in Australia, these regions, and you don't see sun in this area, India and Middle East, all these things, because sun is on the other side of the globe, right? That's why, whereas when the British ruled, sun never sets on the British Empire. That is the adage or simile. British, the colonial rulers used to take the pride, and that last we know about it. That is why we brought this important topic to discussion today. So this gives the other perspective. We have four countries here, Wales, England and Scotland here. This is the Glasgow, Aberdeen, Inverness, the Birmingham and London, all those areas, Cambridge and Oxford, the Cardiff here. These are three countries. This is an island. This island is Great Britain. You can see yellow color, Great Britain. There is one more island, this green, Ireland. That is has RI, Republic of Ireland, NI, Northern Ireland. If you join Northern Ireland, that is a country with Great Britain, that becomes a kingdom. United Kingdom of four countries, four important countries, in addition to other regions, crown dependencies like Guernsey, Jersey, all those things we are not talking here. This end because we have two bigger islands here, that is the British Isles. There is a plural here. British Isles or Britain's Isles, that is Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And that is the fascinating map you can see, because the British English Channel separates here from the rest of the continental Europe. I have a United Kingdom of three countries here and one country here, Northern Ireland. Northern part of the kingdom is mostly Scottish Islands, that is the hilly region of the country, and Glasgow, Edinburgh, Dundee, Aberdeen and Inverness here. You can see the islands called Hebrides here. This is the island called Man, Isle of Man here, and this is the Orkneys and this is Shetlands. Of course, this is the Faroe Islands, and that is the GB, Great Britain Isle, and this is the island of Ireland. You see the here Ulster, here is the Munster, here is the Connaught, here is the Leinster. Leinster is the Dublin, and Ulster is the Belfast here, and Munster is the Cork and Limerick and all those other places. Dublin here and Belfast here and all those areas. This is the continental Europe. We are seeing from the continental Europe, Italy, the Iberian Peninsula, Italian Peninsula, Balkan Peninsula, the fascinating Po Valley, the Milan, Venice and all those, the core region of Italy, the northern European plains and Jutland Peninsula, the Danish Peninsula and Scandinavian Peninsula. Arctic circle goes here near island of Iceland. And we have positioned all our areas on Sri Lanka, that is 65 TSQM, and Tamil Nadu is double that, 130 TSQM. We are looking at this thing in a different perspective, same. And yes, London here, you have Wales, other country, and Birmingham, the Plymouth here, there is a Cardiff, that is the capital of Wales. London is of course the capital of England, and Dublin is the capital of RI, Republic of Ireland, and Belfast is the capital of NI, Northern Ireland. That is the biggest city, I think Belfast here, and Edinburgh is the important city in Scotland, like Glasgow and Dundee and Aberdeen. This is the Hebrides, Ireland. This is the Orkneys Islands. This is the Shetland Islands, and that is the United Kingdom. We are seeing that. So in a sense, today we talked about the difference between the England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, Great Britain, that is a bigger island. Ireland is a smaller island. Both together are British Isles. Important, there are 5 countries there. Northern Ireland is a country, RI is a country, Scotland is a country, Wales is a country, England is a country. Once upon a time, the Union has all these countries together. Round about 1922, after World Wars, Republic of Ireland, that is RI, Dublin, seceded. So, it is an independent country now, and all these 4 countries still are together. They are called United Kingdom. English is spoken here, Wales is spoken, but overall the country is English speaking, Scottish, The Irish is spoken here. Irish and Wales, these are Gaelic languages, historic languages. They are not Romance languages. English is a Romance language. English is a Germanic language, like German and Dutch and Danish and all those languages is a Germanic language, whereas Irish and Wales are Manx and they are called Gaelic languages, historic languages. That is in brief about the difference between very fascinating place, and English has influenced India so many ways. India, Muslims used to rule by talwar, sword, because Islam doesn't have zero intellectualism. They have a book, they say that is coming from the God, the script was read by Muhammad through Gabriel, you have to believe it, else they will kill you. The British, after Reformation and overthrow of Christianity, didn't do it. They ruled through intelligence, through subversion, and by manipulating the minds through the universities in the presidency areas, Madras Presidency, Bengal Presidency, Bombay Presidency. They trained a generation of Indians by teaching them, of course, sciences, engineering, medicine, those things. At the same time, they put the social sciences from their Christian perspective, hostile perspective. They captured our minds. And only after Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarupji and intellectual Kshatriyas of modern time, Sitaram Goyalji and their successor, the current legatee, Dr. Coinrod Elst, who started Voice of India think tank, most of the Hindus are not aware of this intellectual taking over of the Hindu minds. So they put the doctrines how to vomit this one and start looking ourselves from our own native eyes, not from the British perspective. That is a different thing. Anyway, that's why we have to know about the British Empire, the British region, and various the regions of Britain. That's why I brought this topic to my audience, and I hope these things will put the things for you in a proper perspective. This is South Asia Maps J. Reddy, your presenter, and if you like my presentation, I really appreciate you subscribing to my channel and making your friends know about South Asia Maps, and see you later in other presentations.